This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 16th annual B. Riley & Company Investor Conference in Hollywood, California. I am here with Aldo Peterson, LiqTech International, symbol LIQT. It's a publicly traded company. Aldo, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. Good of you to have me.
It's good to have you. Let's get an overview on LiqTech. Let's give the audience about what the company does.
LiqTech is a water treatment company. We produce membrane technology based on a product called silicon carbide, which is the second hardest material to diamonds in the world. So being able to treat water with a material like that, it is very, very water resistant. It is very good at treating high volumes of water, therefore very good at treating water in the oil and gas industry, in desalination, in clean water applications. So it's a great material. We've been around for 15 years. It's taken us a long time to come up with our product offering, but now we're here.
Well, you don't have to know anything more than to know that in California, for instance, there's a gigantic drought. Do you see your product line coming to helping drought-ridden cities, states? How does it work?
Yeah, it works well in the California markets, and we have many companies who are using our membranes for treatment systems in this area. It's very good to use in the agricultural environment. Farmers can use our systems to treat groundwater so that they can be reused into their craft. So yes, there are many applications. We're sorry, of course, that there is this drought in California, but water is going to be a more and more important utility, and many more applications are going to be available.
Where was the technology developed?
LiqTech was developed as a Danish company back in 2000. Originally, it was developed as a gas filtration filter for buses and trucks. So when there is pollution, we can take out the particles and the soot out of diesel trucks and diesel buses. But in 2006, the company had invented a membrane that they could layer on into these filters, and that would allow a filter to be able to treat water. And the material is so good so it can treat anything. It is pH resistant from 0 to 14, and that enables it to treat chemicals, to treat metals, to treat bacteria. So it has a wide range of use in many different applications.
Well, let's talk about drinking water for a moment. Obviously, I've always wondered when they're going to be able to take seawater and turn it into drinking water. Am I still dreaming, or are we near?
Well, we are near, and there are applications out there that enables you to treat salt water into drinking water. Our membranes are used as the pre-RO, so it's used as the initial steps of creating that opportunity. But today the biggest challenge is that it's very, very energy consumptive to do desalination. But we, as many other companies, are working to figure out how can you do this at a lower energy cost. And one of the advantages with silicon carbide is that it has such a high flux, so you need lower energy consumption to treat the water. So we strongly believe that we have one of the best offerings for pre-RO in the market.
What is your background?
Well, I am educated in business. I ran a fund back in Denmark in the 80s. I invested in IT in the 90s. I listed a company here in the US in 1997, a company called Eurotrust that was an IT company. It was sold to VeriSign in the US in 2001. I then was involved and is still very much involved in renewable energy, building wind farms around Europe. But in 2006, I got invited to invest in LiqTech, and it was my pleasure. And since 2011, I have been actively involved in the company as chairman of the board.
So now it's almost 2015's end. Where do you see the company year end and into 2016, if you would?
Well, I see that our very talented staff here in the U.S., we have a big factory up in Minneapolis, as well as outside Copenhagen in Europe. They have spent the last couple of years developing some very good applications for water treatment. And those applications now have found customers in the US and in Europe in a number of different applications. We see a significant uptick in our orders, and we are very confident that we will see the company be a profitable entity by the end of the year. From a financial standpoint, we are very conservative. We have always hated any debt. So LiqTech is a debt-free company. It has a production capacity of 3 factories, so we can increase our revenue quite significantly on the production capacity that we already have in stock, and it is all paid for.
What is your website?
This is LiqTech.com. And we would love you to get more knowledge of going and visit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aldo Peterson, LiqTech International. That's LIQTECH. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is LIQT. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the 16th annual B. Riley & Company Investor Conference in Hollywood, California. Aldo?
Shelley, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for
coming
coming
on.